Welcome to China Adventures, and this is my 12th episode of my China Adventures. So today I'm going to talk to you about a very unusual situation. So I was headed to do a church conference. It was a 2-day conference, and I was riding in the car through rural China. And I was in the front passenger side and riding along, and they gave me a newspaper. I said, well, what's this for? They said, you need to take that newspaper and you need to hold it up over your head for the next 10 minutes until we arrive. No one can see that you are arriving. And when we arrived, we pulled up maybe about 6 feet from the front door of a house. In the front door of that house, they said, wait there with the newspaper over you until we tell you it's clear, and then go inside that house. So I waited, and finally said, okay, you could come in. So I came in, and they said, do not leave this house until the conference is over. You cannot leave. Don't go out for a walk in the morning. Don't go anywhere. You stay in this house until the conference is over. Once the conference is over, then you could walk and see our village. So this was out in a village, and there was a house where I stayed at, and attached to that house, just maybe 2 feet apart, was another building, and that was a meeting building. And so we were there, and of course I was staying in the house, and I said, okay, tell me a little bit about the schedule tomorrow. They said, oh, you're the guest speaker. You tell us what's your schedule. I said, well, when do you want to start? Like 9 o'clock? They said, yeah, that's okay. Breakfast at 8, start at 9. And then I said, well, what's the rest of the schedule? Oh, you're the speaker, whatever you want to do. So, okay, so the next morning, early in the morning, about 4 o'clock, I hear this noise. I wake up and I hear this murmuring noise. What is going on? What is going on? And I'm laying in bed. It's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I'm wondering, what is the noise? Then I realized at 4, the church had gotten up and they were praying. So we got, and here's the lazy American missionary. He's in bed. So we got up, we had breakfast, and we went, and I started teaching. And I was teaching on, the title was Another Way to Pray. And I taught from 9 to 12. We had a little break for lunch. From 12 to 5. We had a little break for supper. From 5 to 9. I'm teaching this whole time. Finally, at 9 o'clock, I said, okay, that's enough. So the next morning, same type of situation, and I get up, and I had an awesome translator for that, and I'll call her Nickel. And so she did a great job. And we have about 100 people in this room, and they're all sitting down on maybe a little rubber mat. And I was sitting in a chair similar to like what I am now, on a couch, and just teaching them, and my translator working with me. And just it was just a very special time. You could just sense just an awesome presence there in the room. The next morning, I said, any feedback, anything that you could tell me that I should do different? They said, well, there was one request. Do you have to quit so early today? I'm thinking, this is not an American conference where people are sitting on the floor from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and they're thinking it's too short. So I continued on, and about 5 o'clock that day, I sensed that it was time to stop. And I said, okay, we've been talking about prayer, but now we need to actually do it. I said, is there anyone here that is feeling ill or sick? And so we began to pray, and pretty soon this person's healed and that person's healed. And there are different people with ailments and things, and some people that you pray for, you can't really tell because they have something that doesn't have a physical symptom at the time. But everybody that had a physical symptom, the symptom would go away. And so there was just, faith was building in the room, and they began to go out into the village and bring people into the room. And they would go down the street, and they would bring someone that they were sick. And you know what? 100% of them were healed. It was just an amazing, amazing time. It's one of those times where you say, there's something, or it's such a privilege to be here in this room. These people that were getting up at 4 o'clock and praying, the lazy missionary that is teaching, and it was just an awesome, awesome time that I will never forget. Because you realize there's someone greater than you that is just doing the ministry there at that time. So after that, the next day, I did take a little walk around the village because they said it's okay now because there's no more conference. And so those are lifelong memories, lifelong friends that I will never forget from that conference. That was not the only conference that I did in that area, but that was one that I will never forget. I'll tell you about some more, okay? And so catch other episodes because some other really interesting things going on. Catch the other episodes, and if you want to make sure you don't miss one, just click the subscribe, the like. That really helps other people to see this, and then the bell will let you notified when I post another. Have a great day.